So today, my little project is to make 3 single 8er steps that will attach to my Hawk Helium Sticks. And I'm going to use this rubber hose for a spacer for my boot to slip into to keep the rope open. I'm going to use this paracord kind of as a noose to keep it attached to the bottom of the step. And I'm going to use this super high quality sterling rope. It's listed as a tactical rope for them on their website. Super high quality and super strength. So the first thing I need to do is get a boot and figure out how wide I want my loop to be to slip my foot into. Alright, so I've got my boot here that I hunt with. It's more of a warm weather boot, not so much a cold weather boot. But what I will do is make it a little bigger than necessary to hold the rope open and make sure that ensure that my warm cold weather boot will fit. So laying this out here, if I add the same distance on each side, this will curve a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off this amount right here. I've got an even amount on, I have an even amount on each side. It will hold that loop open and allow me to get my foot in, which that's what I'm looking for. So I don't have to hunt for the loop in the dark. So the next part I need to do is figure out how far apart are my steps on my sticks. So from top to top, 13.5 inches. So when my loop is hanging down from the bottom step, I would conceivably like to have this bottom of the hose, or the bottom of the step 8er 13.5 inches from this step. So that's what I got to try for, and it's going to take some couple tries of making a knot, taking a knot out in order to make that work. I'm using 1/2 inch heater hose, and my rope is 3/8. So I wanted to make sure that things are going to fit. So I'm going to start knowing that my rope is going to be, if it's 13 inches down each side, I'm going to need 26 plus what the amount is for the knot. So I believe what I'll do is I'll start with 30 inches of rope. You know what, we're just going to go 32. These knots are kind of big, so we go 30. Second try. There we go, much better. Should have did that the first time. Alright, so now we'll come out here and we measure 30. It's going to go, oops, 32. So we come up to this. And seeing the length of this hose, I can tell that I'm going to need more than 32 inches in order to achieve that. When I put my knot in there. So I'm going to pull a length out, get an idea of where (13.5 inches) is, and that's where my knot needs to start. And seeing that it's going to stretch a little bit and hang down. So that's okay. It's not going to go that much higher, and 13.5 to 15.5 will not be a big deal in the steps. A step for me to reach, because 15's very comfortable now. Alright, so with that, I think what I may just end up doing, this would be a little simpler. I just use my scissors and we'll just hack off, what do we got, 13.5 here. We'll just hack off the length of rope this much. Alright. Let's see, how much did I cut off? A lot more than, holy crap. So I'm well over, I'm almost 4 feet of rope. Alright, that's okay. Got to leave enough for the knot. So let's go ahead and get a knot on there. That's 17, and that's going to pull down, so I'm going to try our knot again. Cinch the knot that way. Alright, so there is knot stretched out to the bottom of the knot is right around 13. But it's going to stretch, and stretching with a shoe in there, it's going to pull it up to about 15. My knot will cinch down. So what we're going to look at having here is this right here. That knot tucked in behind. All right. So next we move on and pull with the paracord. So I've got my aider done, knot tied. Distance I think is going to be good. This will cinch down the more I use it. So that's fairly tight. Now I'm going to take the paracord, I'm going to wrap it around here to create a little cinch on it to attach it to the step. So let's I used to do this with bow servings, put a bow serving on or a peep, and it allows you to pull the rope back through itself and create a super tight knot. Don't know how it's going to work here though. So let's put this underneath for now, and we'll put this knot at the top. And we'll go down here, this far. Well, we'll wrap around. And We'll just keep going, tightening as we go. Hopefully this is loose enough to slide, but tight enough to stay. All right, so now, well, I guess I need a little bit of looseness here to come up through. And then, if this works the way I want it to, I pull on this, and it should draw this string down through, but it is tight. I have to work it down through, I can tell. Sliding loops up over. All right. So now, I don't want to slide this up. I'm hoping that this will slide some. Yes. So that's good. So now let's bring the step back in. And this is the bottom of it. And a little more. All right. We'll slide this up under there. And pull this tighter. That ought to cinch it. And I think what I'll do is push this through the back. Turn this over and tie these off. Voila. And then that will not fall off in transport. And all I need to do is trim the ropes, shorten my knot, burn the paracord, squash it down. I'm good to go. Let's see what my final step distance is here. From the bottom of the step, stretched out, probably 16 to 17 inches. The boot will keep it from flexing completely. So we're going to call that good. All right. Gotta do that 2 more times. Hawk Helium Steps attached to the tree. I've got all three of them preset ahead of time. Got my aiders attached as well, and I'm going to go ahead and scale this tree. Now it'll be a little different because I don't have to set each step as I go, but as far as the functionality of the steps or the additional aider, that'll still be there. And then I have a little tape measure in my pocket, and I'm going to do a little measure and see how far off the ground I am from the top step to the ground. All right. So here is the way the aider looks wrapped around that edge, that metal, connected with the knot in the back. Alright, I seem to be tucked in here in the leaves. I'm here at the top of the steps. Let's go ahead and get a measurement here for you. 13 feet 7 inches. 13 feet 7 inches. I'm confident that I could stretch that out and get 14 feet if I needed to. The more efficient I got at climbing. So if you put your platform even with the steps, you can get 14 easy. If you like to put it a foot above, step onto, you'll get 15. Well, that wraps up the test. We're going to call that a success. I know I need lots of practice with them, but I think it'll work out for me. And what I did discover coming down is that these will be able to attach to my saddle when climbing up. So they already kind of have built-in loops. All I need to do is secure hooks for the side of the saddle. Alright, that's it. Hope this was helpful.